My name is John Gomez. I was co-founder of Vento software company. I took your task to heart, Beth, and I'm going to talk about what is it that ignited growth, because we did grow very fast. And I started to thinking about it, and I thought that, if I really want to be honest, I have to think what it was. And I realized that the item it was is something I know nothing about, something that I dislike, something that when I started my business, I wouldn't think that I would be doing. And that thing that really ignited our growth was strategic partnerships. Strategic partnerships is basically, we used to call it business development, is getting together with a company for the purposes of promoting a new product, or whether it be increasing your loyalty to customers. You go to customers, there are certain things that you can't offer because you're weak at those things. But you can actually get a strategic partner to offer that service to your customer. You can also open new markets. Strategic partnership for us was very important. We were in the software business, and we started, like everybody else, we opened shop and then started getting 2 sales guys, and we started selling direct. And we were somewhat successful locally. But then we said, okay, we want to grow nationally, internationally. How do we do that? And my partner, thankfully, he is very good at selling, marketing, and he was the one who said, okay, you know what, I'm going to try and see if we can forge partnerships with corporations, hardware companies, software companies, other companies within our field, some of them competitors. And he picked up the phone and called. And guess what? He was successful, to the point that like 2 months after that, after we had forged a partnership with a company called Hewlett-Packard, we get a call from a sales guy in Pretoria, South Africa. He said, I saw your software in a price list we have here internally, and my customer would like to get a demo. And I would like to pay your trip if you would come to Pretoria and show us your product. And I said, okay, I'll go. So I went, and sure enough, we ended up signing a $450,000 order with the largest telecommunication provider in South Africa. Why? Because Hewlett-Packard has that. We never, ever would have done that. So for us, strategic partnerships was a very important thing. I mean, but you may think, why am I going to do that? And in my business, does it apply? And I think it does. And we maybe don't want to do it because we feel afraid of actually having to share with somebody else our product. They may steal it. Or, we're too busy getting sales for this week or next month to even worry about forming a partnership that's going to take time and for 6 months to see fruits. So there's many reasons why we maybe don't do strategic partnerships. They take a long time, which is not something that we small business people like to wait on, right? But I thought it was very, very important for us, and I started thinking about 2 things that we did, then maybe it'll work for you. One of the things we did was actually to prevent competitors into our space by signing these strategic partnerships. Our partners did it more to us than we did it to them. They would say, I would take your product on, we'll go together complementary, but I want you to sign an exclusivity that nobody else can come and be in a Hewlett-Packard platform. And we said, okay. But it worked for us. So that's one way you can use strategic partnerships, and I would encourage you, maybe you think about that when you're forging deals, of doing exclusivities, because it helps. The second thing that we did a lot is something called private labeling. White label it's called, where actually customers would say, okay, we love your software. A partner in Omaha, Nebraska in the banking industry said, we love it, but we want to brand it and make it our own and change everything about it to make it look like our company. And they did. And guess what? It was underlying software, but they took all the marketing, all the sales, and made it their own. But that incited our growth, because then we hired more customer support people. We hired more maintenance people, more software developer people. So private labeling for us, worked very well. I have to be thankful to my partner. He was very good at it. I called him yesterday to get his feedback about what I was saying. He agreed. Obviously, his sales and marketing is everything. I was the guy who built the software product, even though we technical people like to think that we are the important part of the business, in reality, is the sales, marketing, positioning, branding that really sets a company apart. If you look at a company to partner with, I think it's as simple as looking at your competitors, your marketplace, and your industry, picking up the phone to the CEO and saying, I saw our companies, I think there's complementary aspects here, I see the synergy, let's talk. And you never know where it'll take you. And the one thing that I would say, if you think of doing a partnership, and what worked for us very well is that it has to be skin in the game. If somebody says, a distributor says to you, okay, you know what, leave me some product samples, I'll see what I can do, walk away from that. What worked for us is because we actually had them pre-buy certain products, inventory, had them train their salespeople on our product. Only then does it get interjected into that larger company and it takes a life of its own.